as nice as it is sitting aboard the boat on the mooring, you got to get off sometimes and get a little bit of exercise. So Marty, my first mate, and I have decided to get off the boat and hike to Pebbly Beach. I'm going to take the high road, which goes up by the Wrigley Mansion, and Marty's going to take the low road, and we're going to meet at a cute little restaurant down at Pebbly Beach for lunch. So we're ashore here. Marty brought the boat in. There she is on the dock. We're going by the Tuna Club. They're celebrating their 100th year anniversary. And here's a few little scenes of downtown Avalon as we walk through and get on our respective paths heading over to Pebbly Beach. There's some guys downtown waving a flag, doing all kinds of stuff. Marty knew that I was going to take a lot longer, so she's getting the Los Angeles Times out of the liquor store next door to the Marlin Club. On my way, I thought I'd go through the miniature golf course. We play miniature golf there just about every time we come to Avalon. Here's the little sign, the low road. It says the Pebbly Beach Road. So Marty's going to go on the Pebbly Beach Road, and I'm going to head inland. I'm going up past the Catholic Church. Very, very lovely little place. They have Mass there every Sunday. And now I'm starting up the road. It takes a little bit to find the road. One thing you got to watch out for are these little kind of golf carts. People rent them and zip all over the mountain, so you want to be careful that one of these guys doesn't run over you. First thing you come to once you start up the hill is the pet park, and all the people in Avalon bury their pets there. It's kind of a sad little place, but anyway, their animals are all there resting on the hillside in Avalon. Here's one of the little electric golf carts starting on up the hill. It's a fairly steep hike. You should be in pretty good shape, and you want to remember to bring a couple bottles of water. That's the Wrigley Mansion up on the top of the hill there. I'm heading up. These guys are all heading down. The hike is totally worth all the effort. Look at the view from up there. It's absolutely spectacular. That's the Holly House. It's been totally restored. It's been there over 100 years. This is looking down on Avalon Harbor. That's the Catalina Flyer, the big catamaran that goes back and forth to Newport Beach. There's a casino, Harbor Master's Dock. There's a couple of houses that are tucked away into the hillside. That's a little bit closer view of the Wrigley Mansion. That's now a bed and breakfast hotel. It's not really open to the public. It would really be neat if it was. And on the zoom lens, there's our little boat, Anita, way down there moored onto one of the moorings. This is the back entrance into the Wrigley Mansion. They call it Mount Ada. Anyway, Mr. Wrigley built this back in the 30s. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful place. I did have the good luck to stay there one night, and I actually was in Mr. Wrigley's suite. It was absolutely something I'll never forget. Anyway, once you get past the Wrigley House, it's a one-way road, so the cars are kind of coming at you if you're going to try to make your way down to Pebbly Beach. It's probably, I would say it's a mile, maybe mile and a half, but you're going uphill about half the time. Probably another quarter mile from the Wrigley Mansion, you're still climbing to the top. And then I'll tell you, it's a good feeling to know that now it's downhill. That's looking down on the boatyard. A couple of years ago, we had a big, kind of an easterly swell that came in there and just about took out the whole boatyard. Did a huge amount of wreckage, ruined a bunch of boats, and was a real problem for actually this whole side of the island. Avalon, the fuel dock here got ripped out. Down at White's Cove, they lost 2 docks down there. Anyways, you start down the hill, you look down on what we call low-income housing, and there's a little valley down there. There's a bunch of Quonset huts and small houses where a lot of the local people live. This is another shot of the houses. They're all nicely kept. And Edison has the generating facilities down there. They not only make electricity for the island, but they convert salt water into fresh water. This is their conversion plant. Everything's neat and orderly down there. This is next door at the lumber yard. Look at, he's storing a little trailer up there that makes hot tar. And here's the lumber yard back there. It's lobster season. We're in the first part of October, so everybody's setting their traps out. These are a couple beer trucks down by the little restaurant called the Buffalo Nickel. That's looking up the right up the main entrance to the that little housing area. That was the fuel station for filling up all the buses. Mooring company. That's one of the boats that got wrecked when the big waves come into the boatyard. The boat got rolled off the cradle, broke the mast. This is one that's in there being worked on, full circle. Nice looking powerboat. Now, a lot of the guys that live here anchor their boats up off Pebbly Beach. It's kind of a dangerous thing to do, especially in the wintertime, because they do break anchor, the anchors break loose, they go ashore. These are some scenes around the boatyard over there. It's really quite a nice boatyard. They've got special kind of trailers that they built, and they just slide them down a ramp. And I guess they have to have pretty calm weather. It'd be hard putting a nice boat on a trailer with a 4-foot swell, but they've been doing it for years and seem to have it down to a good science. This is, we had beautiful weather. We've been there a whole week. These are the waves coming right on up to the edge of the boatyard. And right next to the restaurant we're going to is the helicopter landing place. Well, here's Marty. Took me about almost 2 hours. She's been holding down the fort. We're going to have a nice Spanish lunch now. It's a great little restaurant. And that's where the helicopter leaves from. We were lucky enough while we were there to see some people board a helicopter and watch it fly away. They take a ride towards the mainland. They're busy. I almost lost the camera because the blades were making so much wind. We're on the low road now heading back, and they have a huge problem there. The road is right on the edge of the very steep mountains, and they haven't had any rain there for a long, long time. Rocks come down. Through the years, a lot of these boulders have come down. They've hit cars. I'm sure they've probably hurt people. So they put that new fence in. They're those big highway concrete blocks with the very, very tall chain link fence on. Okay, we're kind of in the shade now. You can see we're coming around the corner. We're heading towards the west end of the island. It's very, very, very pretty there. There's Marty. She's looking out at the casino. That's up on the hill looking at the Wrigley Mansion. Now this is sort of the off-season. This is today is like October 5th or 6th. So there's not a whole lot going on. Lover's Cove, this is where the glass bottom boats go. People come over and swim and snorkel. We're not allowed to fish. We're not allowed to anchor there. That was one of the glass bottom boats. There's quite a bit of traffic. Mainly the most traffic seems to be these little golf carts that people rent. There's the regular island businesses going on. Trucks are going by. That's one of the glass bottom boats. Kind of looks like a submarine. It doesn't really submerge. We're back at the passenger terminal now. That's one of the big high-speed catamarans. That's the one that goes to San Pedro. We noticed that the harbor master, they're bringing some people in off one of the boats out on a mooring. It looks like they were going to be late to catch the Catalina flyer going over to the mainland, so the harbor department brought them. Another scene of Avalon. Beautiful, beautiful place. The cruise ships are not in today, so things are quite quiet in town. There's a sign there all over the road, the Chamber of Commerce. This kid dropped his soccer ball in the bay, and he's trying to figure out how to get his soccer ball back. That's the road to Pebbly Beach. We're back in Avalon now. There's Luau Larry's. Everybody knows about Luau Larry's. Here's Lloyd's of Avalon. They've been making saltwater taffy there since I was a little kid. It's a great place to get some taffy or maybe an ice cream cone. But it is an institution downtown Avalon. Lloyd's Confectionery. We're back to the boat. We've been ashore about 3 hours. It was a great walk. Time to perhaps mix a cocktail and sit back and watch the sun set.